Welcome to the Garden Wise Show with Colorado's most knowledgeable and entertaining garden experts with host Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy. Get ready for gardening tips that you can use right now. New plants, hot products, and the latest from horticultural science. The phone lines are open, so call into the Legend Studio now. 303-477-2473. That's 303-477-2473. Or text your questions and photos to 303-477-5600. That's 303-477-5600. On the air since 1994, Keith and his guests have been answering your questions about gardening in the high-altitude desert of the Colorado Front Range. And now, here's your host, Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy.
Well, good morning to all of my good friends and family listening today, and listeners that have been with us for a long time, and any of you new listeners that have just tuned in for the first time ever. Welcome to the Garden Wise Show. My name is Keith Funk, and I will be here until 9 o'clock answering your questions, along with my lovely and talented co-host, Devon Hukill. To my left, your right.
Good morning.
If you are watching Facebook Live, we are a live video radio show right now. Wave to the camera, Devon. Hi, everybody. And we're going to be here answering your questions. And the way that works is that you need to call in or text us your questions, and we can talk about it. We can have some coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
That's right. The telephone number here is 303-477-2473. Or you can text us your question and a picture at 303-477-5600. If you are watching video live on Facebook, on our Facebook channel, you can put your question in the comments section, and we'll get it there.
Yep.
So,
and this time of year, those questions and calls coming quick, so
there should be no
put them in
excuses.
early.
No excuses.
No excuses.
You know, I figured we would get a lot of questions about that 24-degree night we had.
Yeah.
How long ago was that now?
It was a couple weeks.
Couple of weeks. And I've noticed that there's still some damage showing up.
There is. My poor ash trees. They're making they both got froze.
Yeah.
And they just made a mess. That's okay. Right when you get things in your garden cleaned up, then you get a frost like this. But Mother Nature's, she's got this.
She's got kind of a perverted sense of humor as far as I'm concerned. I lost all of my irises, the flowers.
Oh, we were talking
the
about
plants
that.
are okay.
The plants are fine, yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry to hear that.
The flower spikes that were coming up were all bent over and mushy. And
oh, mine hadn't thrown up flower spikes yet, so
Oh.
I was safe there.
Oh, good.
But, I almost lost all my my peonies were fully developed, so I'm oofed.
All of mine bounced back. I didn't cover a single one, and all of them, including the Itos, bounced back. I was a little worried about the Ito peonies because they have that tree peony blood in them.
They do.
And they're a little more tender.
Yeah, I wrapped all mine though. So I'm over there by the Highland Canal.
Yeah.
And so sometimes that cold air just settles right there.
Exactly.
So
yeah, cold air just kind of flows downhill and settles in the low spots.
Yeah, and so
that's why I planted my fruit trees at the top of the slope, but I still lost all my fruit.
I'm so sorry. I
didn't cover them, but
I did.
There's only so much you can do.
I know. Well, and you have to pick and choose. You can't run out there and cover everything in your garden.
No.
You have to let nature run its course a little bit. But I didn't want to lose my peonies. I covered them. I didn't want to lose. I have this sweet little dwarf peach tree, and she was just blooming a month ago, and it's only 3 feet tall. So it was something I could cover. So I covered it. Not because I wanted to save peaches. I planted it last year, so I'm not expecting much out of it fruit-wise, but I wanted to cover it because it was so pretty in bloom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'd gone out because I've not seen many honeybees this year in my yard again, and I live real close to an open, miles of open space trails, and I would think that there'd be some wild hives out there, but I'm just not seeing them. So I went out there when my plum was in bloom with one of my wife's makeup brushes that she didn't want to use anymore. She just gave it to me.
Okay. I was like,
because it's
did you
nice
tell
and
her about
soft,
that?
and I'm hand pollinating all of these plum flowers on my plum tree.
He's gonna start a new beauty trend.
Yes,
Put a
pollinator
little
brushes.
pollinator, pollen on your face for makeup.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you could market
I could
that.
use it for squash, and I can use it for
Yeah.
all kinds of different things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So anyway, and I had this beautiful big clump of lilies, the bulb type lilies, not daylilies.
Yeah, garden lilies.
And they were already 3 feet tall.
That is crazy.
And I said,
Yeah.
I don't want to lose these. It's such a beautiful, it's going to be gorgeous. So I found an empty trash can and covered that, and it was fine. But some of the other lilies froze to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
But then other varieties of lilies showed no damage at all.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping track of which ones those are, and in the future when I buy more lilies, I'm going to buy more of the ones that didn't show any damage.
Sure.
And I'm not going to buy any more of the ones that froze to the ground. I don't know if they're going to come back. I mean, did they just put up one stalk for the year and that's it? From the bulbs?
Flower-wise?
Well,
Or
just
no,
and
from the
foliage-wise.
Yeah. You wouldn't think so. I wouldn't have thought that permanently damaged anything.
Well,
But
we will
maybe.
find out.
I don't know.
We will find out. I went through and cut back all the damaged foliage on the hostas.
Hostas were damaged pretty bad. My
Pretty
Brunner were damaged.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the... I should have done the hostas right away because they were already shooting up new foliage, so it took me a lot longer to cut around so I didn't
Yeah.
damage any of the new leaves coming up through the dead leaves. And so it's another lesson learned. After hail, after a frost like that, get out there and clean it up as quick as you can.
I had a hosta too. This is worth noting that they were still furled. They were still closed shut.
Yeah.
But they froze.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't, because I went out of town and I haven't had a chance to clean that one up. But it froze, and so it's going to have a hard time pushing new leaves out because
Yeah.
the new growth was kind of going to be encased in that old crunchy frozen damage.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Oh my God. So I've got some work to do this weekend.
But it's amazing how much stuff did come through pretty much unscathed to 24-degree temperatures. And I was pretty impressed.
And it wasn't just 24-degree temperatures for 10 minutes. I mean, it was
for
a
a few hours.
sustained
Yeah.
low. And that was cold. It wasn't as cold as they were forecasting. I mean, they were forecasting low 20s, like 20. And so thankfully, we didn't get that low because we would have seen a lot more damage.
Yeah, we would have. Well, let's get out there to the phones because Pat has already called in this morning. Good morning, Pat.
Hi. Hey, I have a lawn question to ask.
Sure.
Of course, and I'm wise enough to know that you have to winter water everything, and I certainly did winter water the lawn. Now, it's not in horrible shape, but I mean, there are some yellow patches there. Would I be better off to scratch those patches back and put compost over those and hope that I don't get quackgrass in them, or just leave it alone?
Well, I think I would go out there and scratch it up a bit, but then get down on your hands and knees and have a plan on how to get back up again. But get down on your hands and knees and look and see if you can see any new green growth coming up from underground.
Okay.
If you can see any new green growth, I wouldn't do a thing. Maybe do a little hand watering in those spots. Have you fertilized it yet this year?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good. So, otherwise, I don't think I'd put any compost down. I would just maybe throw some seed in, and scratch it in lightly, and see if you can fill in that spot. But how big across are these spots?
Oh, they're small.
They're small?
They're not big.
Well, more than likely, the surrounding grass will fill that in pretty quickly without having to do anything. But if you can kind of open it up to the air, let more light get down into the soil area, that's going to allow the surrounding grass and any grass that's still alive in that yellow spot to emerge more quickly. It'll warm up and it'll start growing more quickly. What do you think, Devon?
Yeah. I think if they're pretty small, Like, are they all over your yard or?
No, they're not all over. It's just the front yard. I don't have a backyard anymore.
Okay.
Just the front yard, and just now they're smaller than they were. So I think we're getting somewhere here.
Yeah. We've been getting, our lawns this year have been really slow to green up because we haven't had the natural moisture that normally does it.
Yeah.
So, and they come in so patchy, because
Exactly.
some little tufts are really happy and healthy, and so they'll come up first and they'll be bright green, and then, it's just kind of patchy until we get it all uniform, if that makes sense.
I just keep an eye on it, but definitely, open them up to some air and some sunlight to the ground, and that'll help green them up more quickly.
Okay. Well, another question that I have is, I always watching. As far as my sprinkling systems goes, I'm scared to death it could freeze up. Anything less than 40, I'm right on top of it. Now we have Tuesday. We're looking good. Like Sunday is 50 and then 40. But come along Tuesday and we've got 35 degrees.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a problem?
Not for your irrigation system, but what you can do is, one, always cover your backflow. So anything in the ground, so your valves, anything in the ground is already warmed up and putting out heat. So you don't have to worry about your valves in
Or
your
pipes.
boxes or your pipes in the ground. Even your nozzles and things like that, it drains pretty well. It won't cause any damage. But, your backflows are a different, that they're full of water, full of pressure. And it's really not so much even the exposed pipes, especially not at 35 degrees. But sometimes that bell, and in at the top, that looks like a little bell. And inside that anymore these days are a plastic piece that causes the pressure lock.
Mm-hmm.
That can sometimes freeze, but not at 35 degrees. We're talking at 28 degrees or lower for a sustained 4 to 6 hours. So it's not a super concerned. What I do if I'm an early irrigation system turner-oner in the springtime is I wrap it in a blanket and cover it with plastic bag. Don't use just one of those little Velcro insulator thingies that like coolers are made out of. That's not going to provide you much protection. So wrap it in a blanket and put tie a plastic bag over it. So, and then that'll protect it all spring long. And then once, the third week of May or we're certain for no more frost, then you can remove it. So just put it on throughout the spring and just leave it there. And then if we are going to get low temperatures, let's say your irrigation system turns on at 2:00 in the morning. At 35 degrees, I wouldn't want my irrigation system running at that temperature. So what I do is I go to my clock and turn it off.
You might want to explain what the backflow is.
Okay.
No, I really know it all. I do.
Oh, you do?
Sure.
Okay.
But briefly for other people, so a backflow is what takes your water from your main water system, and then it kind of comes from your main water line, whether it's either in the ground or if it comes direct off of your house, and then it stems up, and then it has some valves and then a bell kind of area, that part's the backflow, and then from there it goes back down into the ground to your valve boxes into your irrigation line.
And that's usually somewhere in the yard.
Yeah.
On the side of the house.
It's a
grouping of pipes and.
Yeah, and then otherwise
equipment,
they can be in the ground too.
Oh,
and if it's in the ground, you just cut a piece of insulation and shove it into your valve box or an old towel or something. But what that does is it creates a pressure lock. So old systems used to not have that. And what would happen is water then from your irrigation system could go back into your house, into your house water. So that backflow keeps the water from the irrigation lines going backwards back into your home water system and contaminating your water system, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But just turn your clock off And then remember to turn it back on. That's sometimes the the hardest part of the whole deal.
But this time of year, that whole group of that whole backflow preventer system that's on the outside house, that's the vulnerable part.
Yeah.
The pipes in the ground,
right.
your sprinkler risers, that sort of thing, they're not going to be affected.
Nope.
Even below freezing. But
Yeah.
that backflow preventer could be.
Yeah. And you don't want to freeze that.
It's
'cause
expensive to fix.
replace those.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, minimally they're $1,200. They used to cost like $400 or $600 to replace. Now they're like $1,200.
Oh yeah, they've got a lot of copper.
Yeah,
stuff.
they're ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
And then even the individual parts, have gotten pretty expensive to
Right,
replace
right.
those. So,
Yeah.
I don't want my irrigation system running when it's that cold. But the system being on right now, we're fine.
Yeah. Okay. I have a neighbor who doesn't shut hers off all winter.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
oh, good luck with that.
That's
But,
actually
I was gonna-
it's a funny story. I walk every morning, and there was a rental house that too, all winter long, like it would run Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so it was causing me serious anxiety.
I guess.
To the point where every Monday morning or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning when I'd walk by it, like even during the snow, those little heads would pop up and they would be spraying. And I finally put a note on their door saying, "Hey, your irrigation system's on. I'm really concerned about the backflow freezing and flooding your house."
Yeah.
Because it's a constant water pressure on, and so if those backflows break, it can cause flooding damage.
I
So
had
I
that
left a
happen
note
to-
on their door.
I had that happen to me once early on when I wasn't familiar with irrigation systems like that when we first moved in, and it was shooting water out into the street from the house. Just this
It's so-
stream of water just shot 30 feet out into the street.
It's so high pressured, but I didn't want to be one of those neighbors that was
Yeah.
like writing a nasty gram and putting it on their door.
Right,
So
right,
I'm
yeah.
like, I tried to like put his. I'm just thinking of you. I don't mean to. So, anyways,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like them to tell you to mind your own business would be what would
Yeah.
happen.
Well, why
Yeah.
would you want to pay that water bill all winter
I know.
too?
And they did turn it off. They did.
Oh, good,
they did.
good.
But
All right. Well, thanks for your call this morning, Pat.
Well, can I ask one more thing?
Of course.
Okay. I had a neighbor move in, very nice people, and now they moved into what used to be a rental, and of course the lawn is just massacred. And isn't the procedure the correct thing to do? Is to kill that entire lawn off? It's got all the weeds in it, including quack grass. I don't know how the heck they even get without poisoning it. Wouldn't you want to kill the whole thing off and then start over?
That's a great question, and it's going to take a little bit of time to answer. So we're a little bit late for a break. I want you to stick on hold for me, and we'll come right back and we'll answer that question for you, okay?
Thank you.
All righty. You're listening to the Garden Wise Show on Legends 810.
It's spring again, which means Plum Creek Garden Market is back with 5 locations along the Front Range, including a new location in Centennial just south of the IKEA. With over 1,000 varieties of high quality, locally grown flowers and plants, there's nowhere better to shop if you want the best for your garden. This year, Plum Creek has also greatly expanded their selection of native perennials and grasses to help gardeners deal with water restrictions throughout the Denver metro area. Combined with the other xeric and plant select varieties they carry, it's easier than ever to plant a beautiful and colorful low-water garden. If you need advice or recommendations, just ask any of the local gardening experts they have on staff, who are beloved in their communities. In the Know gardeners will snap up Plum Creek's inventory before you know it, so shop while you can in May and June. Markets are open daily in Centennial, Erie, Littleton, Greenwood Village, and Castle Rock. Visit plumcreekgardenmarket.com to learn more.
We've thawed from the winter chill, and now it's time to read up on the best products to control beetles and grubs in your yards and gardens. There's a couple of products that give a 1-2 punch to those grubs and beetles.
Now that temperatures have risen, the grubs are becoming active again in your lawns and gardens. Make sure you use safe, high-performing products like Grub Gone and Beetle Gone, so you, your kids, and pets can safely enjoy your yard without sharing it with beetles and grubs.
Grub Gone can be applied to turf to control grubs, reduce turf damage, and lessen the impact that beetles will have on your yard in the summer. Plus, it's easy to use. Just apply with any commercial spreader and irrigate into the soil. Grub Gone is a biological product that specifically targets grubs without harming soil beneficials.
And use Beetle Gone in your garden soil to control grubs, or later in summer on your roses and other ornamentals or fruiting plants to control beetle invaders without harming bees, ladybugs, or butterflies. Find out more at BeetleGone.com.
You'll find Grub Gone and Beetle Gone at your local independent garden center. And as always, tell them the Garden Wise guy sent you.
May is here, and at Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center, we're ready for planting season. Hopefully the roller coaster weather is behind us, but it's still wise to be ready to cover your plants in case Mother Nature slaps us, especially for our mountain customers dealing with colder nights. Jared's is fully stocked with beautiful annuals, perennials, herbs, veggies, and hanging baskets. And if you're ready to get planting, you'll be amazed by the color and variety. Most of it's locally grown. Our friendly, experienced staff is here to help you choose the right plants and know which ones may need a little extra care over the next few weeks. Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Jared's has you covered with stunning hanging baskets, patio pots, potted roses, and even gloves, hats, and tools for the gardening mom. Don't miss one of the best gift shops around, full of unique finds at great prices. Whether you're planting a veggie garden, refreshing your landscaping, or adding trees and shrubs, Jared's is your go-to resource. If you've got questions, we've got answers. From gifts and tools to fountains, statuary, and bulk materials like mulch, compost, soil, and rock, you'll find it all at Jared's. Family-owned and serving the community for 48 years. Visit Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center at 10500 West Bowles Avenue in Littleton. Open 9 to 6 weekdays and 9 to 5 weekends. We look forward to seeing you soon.
The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. 3-foot-tall dwarf Alberta spruce trees, now only $99.99. Get 25% off all lilac shrubs with several colors to choose from. 5 to 6 foot tall quaking aspen clumps, now just $119.96. The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. Come see.
I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Welcome back to the Garden Wise Show. We've got lots of time here for you to call in and ask your garden questions. And Pat was asking us about renovating a lawn. Pat, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right. You were asking about. Why don't you go ahead and repeat your question for everybody?
Okay, well, my neighbors moved into a lawn that's secured. I mean, it is just a wreck. And it's got black grass, everything else coming up. And I thought that the very best procedure would be to kill off the whole lawn and start over, because how you can get rid of that quack grass. Mm-hmm. And if you don't get rid of that whole lawn, then my vision of it is that you put new lawn down and it comes up. If you put new sod down, then that quack grass is going to come right back up again through the new stuff.
Oh, and any other weeds too, yeah. I think it's, from my mind, it's still a little early to try to kill out a lawn. What do you think, Devon? I mean,
we've had some, a month ago I might have said no, it's fine. When we were warmer a month ago than we are now, but it is a little, I don't know.
Because some of those warmer season weeds like thistle and bindweed, they're just starting to show their ugly faces.
Yeah, they are.
And if you're going to use something like a glyphosate or Roundup type product to kill the lawn before you put in a new one, you want to make sure that everything that you want to kill is up and growing and has a fair amount of leaves.
Yeah.
Because that's what the weed killer goes in through, is into the foliage and then down into the stems and into the root system to kill it all.
Mm-hmm. Annual weeds I'm not super concerned on. Even things like dandelions, even though those are perennial weeds, I'm less concerned about those type of weeds versus like what Keith said. Quackgrass and
tall fescue.
Yeah, and the thistles or bindweed. Those are the ones that if you don't kill, they're just going to continue to circle back.
At least with the thistle and the bindweed, clover, all those broadleafed weeds, once your new lawn is established, you can go in and spot treat with a weed killer that's selective for broadleafed weeds that won't hurt the new lawn. but there's nothing that's going to take out quackgrass
Yeah.
or any of those other perennial weedy grasses that that can select between the weed and the lawn.
And there's no digging that one out.
There's no digging quackgrass out.
There is no digging it out. So that one, I try to, not use a lot of herbicides if I can help it, but then there's just some you just have to use herbicides on, and
Well,
that's one of them.
And I'm used to saying Roundup, and I've got to get that out of my vocabulary because I do not like the new Roundup.
Yeah,
The formulation has changed. It's no longer glyphosate. It's something that I consider to be much more dangerous to use. But the high yield Super Killzall is still glyphosate. And it's a non-selective, goes in through the foliage. It does not poison the soil used correctly. It's just like salt. Salt is good on your food, but you use too much of it, it'll kill you. So you need to use it appropriately. And I like the Super Killzall because it is still glyphosate. But the new Roundup, it just has me nervous.
Yeah, I tell you, given what you've just told me about killing the lawn off, which makes sense to me, and that it's too early to do that on some of it, is the fact that they're kind of up against the timeline here with the restrictions.
Sure.
They've only got so much of May to put a new lawn in. And
Yeah, you're right there.
You can get a special permit from the water department for putting in a new lawn, that will give you, I don't know, is it 21 or 30 days, something like that, to water as much as needed to get your lawn going. But that is something you have to apply for, and I don't know if there is a window of opportunity for that permit. I'm not sure if there's a cutoff date.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a big deal.
And if they have
they
have a big lawn, grass seed is always an economical way of starting a new lawn.
Yeah.
Or sod. Those are the two ways.
Right.
Yeah. Especially if they have dogs.
Well,
Unless they've got Nuon Dog Tough Turf, and then you could do plugs.
Yeah, you could do plugs, but that's way too early for that.
It's certainly.
Yeah. And I think the dog tough would probably choke out quackgrass and a lot of the other stuff.
yeah.
I've never
Okay,
tested. I've
well,
never tested it with quack.
I'm an experienced gardener, and I'll tell you what, I don't envy you that job. That would challenge the devil out of me.
Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. It really is. If it's been let go to nature for any amount of time, it's tough to clean that all up because there's going to be a whole bank of seed in the ground for all those weeds. So you can kill the growing weeds, but that's not going to stop the seed that's sitting in the ground from germinating and starting the whole
And you're
process
gonna
over again.
Turn it up, whether you
Yeah.
till it, and it's just going to start a whole. But a lot of those are annual weeds, but that'll flush out right away. But you just get weeds.
You get weeds.
You get weeds.
Yeah.
And then your lawn eventually gets strong enough that they start to choke out the weeds.
Well, our plight is a gardener, right?
Yep, in Colorado especially.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your
Okay,
call
well,
this
I'll
morning,
let,
Pat.
Somebody else. Yeah, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Hey, just a little bit of technology here. Sunrise today was at 5:59, and let's see, sunset is going to be at 7:55, which gives us just shy of 14 hours of sunlight.
I love that. I do love that.
That doesn't seem right, though. I thought that June 21st was the 12/12. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
So how can we get 14 hours of sunlight now? That doesn't make
No.
sense.
Oh yeah, it is even.
No, that's not right. Forget
No.
the 14 hours. That website was wrong. Never mind. Our ET, it was down to less than an inch, 0.85 inches for this last week, and which means that you don't have to put down as much water to replace what we lost. And thank goodness for that moisture that we got. It wasn't as much as I had hoped for.
Oh, I know.
Doggone it.
We need it.
But-
But we got some more. It looks like maybe some. Cross our fingers
Yeah.
and don't scare it away. But it looks like Tuesday we've got another round of moisture coming.
Okay, I hope so. Let's see. We did get a picture and a text message that says, "What are these grubs worms turn into?" from Angie, and those are what I would call cutworms or army worms, and they turn into a moth. The moth doesn't do any damage, but the worms can eat small vegetable seedlings, and they eat leaves primarily.
Yeah.
So if you can find them and pick them and dispose of them that way. If you have chickens, they love them.
They do. They love any grubby little thing.
Yeah, they do. But they turn into a moth, and it's a non-destructive moth. But the grubs can be a little destructive to young plants, if that's where they are in your vegetable garden. If you're planting things like lettuce and spinach and
Other places have a much bigger problem.
Yes.
Than we do here, but
typically they don't do too much damage. If you only find a few, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But if you're finding lots of them, it would be worth going through and trying to hand pick them. I don't recommend trying to spray for them.
No, neither do I.
Okay. Well, let's see. It looks like we need to take another break. When we come back, we've got some more text messages, and I think we have another phone call, don't we? Yeah, we have a couple of phone calls waiting to talk to us. So stick tuned, get yourself a nice hot cup of coffee, sit back, and enjoy the rest of the Garden Wise show here on Legends 810.
At DeWitt Company, we have fabrics for every reason and products for every season. When frost, freezing temperatures, and cold nights threaten your veggies and flowers, DeWitt's Insulate Fabric Blanket provides a safe environment for your tender plants during unpredictable cold snaps this spring. DeWitt Insulate is a medium-weight, permeable, UV-treated fabric designed to protect flowering annuals, bedding plants, and vegetables from cold and freezing temperatures. This fabric installs easily and is reusable. Insulate lets you get out there and plant earlier, giving you a jump start on our short growing season. Don't take a chance when frosty weather threatens. Protect your time, hard work, and money with DeWitt Insulate fabric as a low-cost insulation against the elements. DeWitt landscaping products and plant fabrics are the #1 choice of professionals in the lawn and garden industry. DeWitt's high-performance quality products save time and are environmentally safe for the responsible homeowner. One company, over 600 products. Go to www.dewittcompany.com for more information. You'll find DeWitt Insulate at your favorite independent garden centers, including Tagawa Gardens in Centennial, Nick's Garden Center in Aurora, and Jared's Nursery in Littleton.
Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Head to Wilmore Nursery, voted Littleton's best garden center for 2025 and proudly celebrating 140 years of locally family-owned tradition. Wilmore is bursting with color and savings. Take home a stunning 10-inch hanging basket, full, blooming, and gorgeous for just $29.88. Regularly $49.99. Thousands to choose from. And even more beauty with 4-inch pink pot annuals, only $5.88. With fresh weekly deliveries keeping everything vibrant and full. Looking for something unique? Check out their citrus plants or explore tons of drought-tolerant annuals, perennials, trees, and shrubs. Perfect for Colorado living. Wilmore also makes it easy with planting and delivery services for trees and shrubs. Plus, you'll find tomato plants, herb plants, hummingbird feeders, and nectar to bring your garden to life. Celebrate mom with something that grows and blooms from the heart at Wilmore Nursery. Visit them at 711 East County Line Road in Littleton. Open Monday through Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 5. Wilmore Nursery, 140 years of growing with you.
Soil Moist Granules are a non-toxic water-storing polymer product that keeps your plants hydrated twice as long. Every morning you water your hanging baskets, vegetables, and flower beds, and by evening they're dry again. Soil Moist polymer crystals mix into your potting soil and encourage absorption, cutting your watering in half. They absorb water like a sponge, then slowly release it as your soil dries out. That means less watering for you and more consistent moisture at the root level, right where plants need it. Ideal for hanging baskets, planters, flower beds, and even vegetables, Soil Moist reduces transplant shock, improves soil texture, and lasts for seasons. It's non-toxic, degradable, and environmentally friendly. Just hydrate the granules before mixing them into your soil and let Soil Moist do the hard part for you. Find Soil Moist at your favorite independent garden center or learn more at soilmoist.com.
The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. 7 to 8 foot tall spring snow fruitless crabapple trees, now $189.99. 3-year-old 2 to 3 foot tall Cheyenne privet hedge, now get 6 for $306. Old-fashioned peony bushes, now $59.99 with 10 colors to choose from. Now through Mother's Day.
You
Come
take
see.
I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
Hello, everybody. You're back to the Garden Wise Show. I want to make a big announcement here. If you were planning to come out to see me today at Plum Creek Garden Market, I'm going to be there from 10 to noon, and you're saying, where there? Because there's more than one place. Well, I've been telling you it was in Castle Rock. I was wrong. Unfortunately. I'm going to be at the brand new location, which is well, you all know where the IKEA store is, right there at I-25 and County Line, and the new location is right on the south side of the IKEA store. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's easy to get to right off of County Line Road, and I'm going to be there from 10 to noon today. I would love to see you out there. I'd love to meet our listeners. I would love to welcome old friends that have been coming to these appearances that I've been doing for years, and I've got all kinds of great prizes to give away today, and apparently Plum Creek is going to throw in some plants to give away as well.
Oh, how exciting!
Yeah. So
I love the little Plum Creek pop-up market.
I do too.
They are filling a valuable little niche, as we lost some of our local garden centers, and so they're kind of filling that little
They
niche.
are, and it's all locally grown.
Yeah.
The people who own Plum Creek Garden Markets are the people who grow the plants for the markets, and they're beautiful. I was there yesterday, I was there yesterday, just scoping out the place to talk to the staff there, and the plants are gorgeous. They've got it all set up, so colorful.
Oh.
One thing I saw that I haven't seen for a long time is butterfly bushes in 1-gallon pots.
I like planting shrubs in 1-gallon pots.
Yes.
Because you know why?
Why?
Because I can buy more.
And you don't have to dig as big a hole.
And that's my second one, is I don't have to dig as big of a hole. I buy shrubs in 1 gallons all the time.
Guess how much these 1-gallon butterfly bushes are some of them were in bud. Guess how much?
$20.
Guess again. Lower.
Lower. Originally
$16.95.
Okay, originally I was going to say 15. So, and then I thought, no way. And so then I bumped it to 20 because I thought 19 would be a lovely price.
Yeah.
So,
$16.95 for a 1-gallon big bushy. I posted
are they
online.
the dwarf varieties, or are they the? Oh, you did post it online.
Yeah, there's some of the dwarf varieties. Yeah, and some of them were already in bud and bloom in 1-gallon pots.
Okay.
They had 1-gallon blue mist spireas.
Yeah. And that's a great size to plant of those ones.
And of course, they had all the vegetables. They had banana plants. I love banana plants. They had 2 varieties, the red one and the dwarf Cavendish.
Oh.
They had both of those. All kinds of other tropicals to put out for the summer. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm going to be doing a lot of shopping while I'm there.
Oh no! Now I'm like, maybe I should go swing by.
You should.
It's not too far from me. Like,
I'd love to see a lot of people there. I want to blow these people away with how our listeners, listen to the show and respond.
Yeah.
I would like to see that place just packed today to come out and say hello. We can talk. Bring your samples of things. Bring your questions, your pictures. It's just like the radio show, but in person.
Yeah.
So come out and see me. You might win yourself a dram watering nozzle or some.
Those are the best watering nozzles.
I have a packet of Beetle Gone from Phylum to give away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those are like $40-some.
They are not cheap.
I've got a really pretty nice turret sprinkler from Dram. Those are about $40 a piece. So all kinds of stuff. And you don't have to do anything special. You don't have to stand on one leg and hop around and pat your head
Yeah.
to win a prize. It's just stick your hand in a pot and draw out what you win.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing as many of you there as possible at the Centennial location, not Castle Rock. I was wrong in the past. Not Castle Rock. It's at the Centennial location right beside the IKEA store off of I-25 and County Line Road on the south side of the IKEA store.
That's amazing.
So, and it's all paved. The whole place is paved. It's easy to walk on, push your carts, lots of parking. So, no excuses. I want to see you all there. I'd love to see you. So, going from that to Irene on the line. Good morning, Irene.
Good morning. Boy, you really got us going here for planting and flowers.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lawn question, though. My gardener wants to aerate and fertilize tomorrow. I went out with a little stick and poked it in my ground. I can't even get it in there. Don't you think it's foolish?
Well, it needs to be moist to get down in the ground. So if you can water today.
My sprinklers won't be on for 2 weeks. I'm 90 years old, and I have half an acre. So there's no way to do that.
Now,
you might want to call your
well,
gardener.
we've also had a little bit of moisture last
that's
week,
true.
though.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a
Hopeless?
horrible idea, but you just aren't going to get. You're going to get some plugs. They're going to pull some plugs. You might get an inch, but you're not going to probably get the full 3 inches. But even if you watered well, you might not get the full 3 inches this year anyways.
Yeah.
With it just as dry as it's been. I wouldn't say it's necessarily not.
Would you do it?
I would, because
Okay.
they're going to be, when you got a lawn company like that, they've got a system set up, right? You know, they've got schedules. You're going to get aerated, and then they might not aerate again into the fall. So I would say,
Their schedule's probably pretty full right now.
yeah, you're probably better off sticking with your aeration date now than not aerating at all.
I still see plugs from last fall on my grass.
Yeah, just because we didn't have the moisture over the winter to break it down.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And do you recommend fertilizing twice a year?
I fertilize more. I fertilize monthly.
yeah.
Oh, I guess I do too. I was just thinking fall and spring, though. I mean,
Those are maybe some of your most important times.
All right. So I should let them do it. Okay.
I minimally do 3 times a year. Minimally, spring, summer, and fall. But, it depends on what you're fertilizing with too. Like a nice slow release organic fertilizer. It's just nice to put down once a month.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've
they
already done my
fertilize-
second application.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to put second applications on.
Wow. Well, they fertilize quite often, but I was just concerned about this aeration tomorrow. So
It's not going to do any damage. You're just not going to get as deep a
I would
plugs.
listen to Devon because
Yeah.
she's a professional. She's done this for many, many years in her business, and she'll know better than me as to whether it's a good idea.
We got some moisture last week, so and our air temperatures have been kind of low, so we're not our water out of our soil isn't evaporating as fast. What day are they coming?
tomorrow.
Yeah, I just would have them do it.
Boy, they're working on a Sunday.
And then they're gonna.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, probably because they're busy. But and then the nice thing is we'll get a good round of moisture, fingers crossed, on Tuesday. So they'll probably be fertilizing at the same time, which is great. I would do
They
it.
are.
If it was me, take that time slot. Just do it.
I will do what you said, Devon.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Thank you so much. I didn't have the courage to. I don't know. I just didn't know what to do.
You didn't have the courage to pull the trigger. I got you. I'll pull the trigger for you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Thanks, Irene.
Thanks for the call, Irene.
Bye.
All right, let's go right back out to the phones and see what Randy is up to. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Keith and Devon. How are you?
We're great.
Doing good. What's going on with you today?
So I sent a couple of pictures in text of a lilac tree that I have. And
Oh, okay.
It's got some sort of weird damage on it that I wondered if you could look at.
We sure
See what you
can.
think.
Let's see. Sean, can you pull up those lilac pictures for us? The
please.
8238 numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like some frost damage in there. What about the other picture?
The other one's just like a whole picture.
Yeah.
Sure, that one's a little harder to see.
Well, I see you've got a lot of sucker growth around the base, and I would remove that as soon as you can.
Yeah, I do need to take care of that.
Yeah.
And I do see some cold damage, those dark leaves. The tree will shed those on in its own time, probably during the next couple of weeks. But you do still have some nice green leaves, and it'll push out lots more new growth.
Yeah.
You know, our trees have multiple sets of buds, backup buds.
Yep.
There's secondary buds, there's tertiary buds. I mean, our trees can get damaged 2 or 3 times in the spring, and they'll still leaf out normally. It's just a little bit later.
Yeah.
So I
Can you
wouldn't
zoom
worry
in
too
on
much.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I see a little bit of dead wood out on some of the tips, which isn't unusual with our dry climate. You see that sometimes. Tree lilacs like pretty regular moisture. And I can see where it is in the landscape, it probably does get some pretty regular moisture.
Yeah, with the lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on the edge. If it doesn't, you know, if it doesn't get, you might just go out and soak it good maybe once a month.
Yeah. They do like moisture, and that will help put out some nice, big, healthy growth. But I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I thought it was probably frost damage,
Yeah.
but I wanted to make sure it wasn't like a bug or a mold or, something.
Sure.
weird.
We
Something
don't
more
see
serious
that.
like
No, but I
that,
would
yeah.
get that lower area cleaned out and some of that twiggy stuff along the trunks.
Yeah.
And make sure that those little animals that are around the base aren't doing any damage.
Are they gnawing on the bark?
I don't think they are.
We're looking at some concrete bunnies. For all of you that can't see the picture.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for sending the pictures. That's always helpful.
All right.
You have a
good
great
day.
weekend.
Thanks.
All righty. We've got to take another break this hour. Let's see. We've got text messages to go through, but the telephone lines are completely open. So definitely give us a shout at 303-477-2473. Ask your questions on The Garden Wise Show. Legends 810.
It's like the difference between soft, gentle rain and a monsoon. That's how I compare the effect of a dram rain wand on plants to the hard blast of a typical spray nozzle attachment to your garden hose. Water flows through 400 tiny holes in the dram rain wand's soft shower nozzle to bathe and refresh your plants, not damage them or wash away soil. Its handy reach handle has a 60-degree bend and conveniently extends to more distant garden rows and hanging baskets. And there's a fingertip shutoff valve. No wonder professional growers in the greenhouses and nurseries use dram watering tools. Today, there are imitators, but nothing matches the superior quality of the original, invented over 50 years ago. They're simply the best. Dram watering tools are available at Tagawa Gardens in Centennial, Nick's Garden Center in Aurora, and Jared's Garden Center in Littleton.
May is here, and at Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center, we're ready for planting season. Hopefully the roller coaster weather is behind us, but it's still wise to be ready to cover your plants in case Mother Nature slaps us, especially for our mountain customers dealing with colder nights. Jared's is fully stocked with beautiful annuals, perennials, herbs, veggies, and hanging baskets. And if you're ready to get planting, you'll be amazed by the color and variety. Most of it's locally grown. Our friendly, experienced staff is here to help you choose the right plants and know which ones may need a little extra care over the next few weeks. Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Jared's has you covered with stunning hanging baskets, patio pots, potted roses, and even gloves, hats, and tools for the gardening mom. Don't miss one of the best gift shops around, full of unique finds at great prices. Whether you're planting a veggie garden, refreshing your landscaping, or adding trees and shrubs, Jared's is your go-to resource. If you've got questions, we've got answers. From gifts and tools to fountains, statuary, and bulk materials like mulch, compost, soil, and rock, you'll find it all at Jared's. Family-owned and serving the community for 48 years. Visit Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center at 10500 West Bowles Avenue in Littleton. Open 9 to 6 weekdays and 9 to 5 weekends. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Hear that? That could be mice already inside your home. Mice can squeeze through holes as small as a quarter inch, then chew through wiring, shred insulation, and contaminate everything they touch. Stop the damage before it starts with Epic Mouse Scram, the natural, humane way to repel mice. Epic Mouse Scram uses powerful scent and taste deterrents to train mice to stay away from your home, garage, attic, basement, shed, even your vehicle's RV or boat. No traps, no poisons, no mess. Just easy-to-use granules and pouches that last up to 30 days, guaranteed. And it's eco-friendly, safe for your family, your pets, and the environment. So why deal with dead mice when you can stop them from coming in at all? Get Epic Mouse Scram today and take back your home the natural way. Epic Mouse Scram. Repel mice, protect your space.
May is here, and there's no better time to get growing at the Gardens at Highlands Ranch. Family owned and operated, the Gardens at Highlands Ranch is your neighborhood garden center and nursery, where something new is always blooming. Fresh products are arriving daily. Bright, colorful annuals, hardy perennials, fresh veggies and herbs ready for your garden, plus stunning flowering trees, shrubs, evergreens, and roses to bring your yard to life this season. Whether you're planting a few pots or transforming your entire landscape, their friendly, knowledgeable team is ready to help every step of the way. And with convenient planting services available, creating your dream yard has never been easier. Be sure to stop in and check out their in-store sale items while supplies last. The Gardens at Highlands Ranch, your one-stop shop for all your gardening needs. Visit them at 9542 South University Boulevard in Highlands Ranch. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 5.
The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. Get 3-year-old trees, easy to haul, carry out sizes, including 7 to 8 foot tall autumn blaze maple, now only $139.99. 8 to 10 foot tall sunburst honey locust trees are now only $139.99. And 6 to 8 foot honey crisp apple trees, now only $139.99.
You
Come
take
see.
I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show, and I have a text message here about an elephant ears, wasn't it, Sean?
Yes.
I don't see the text right now.
It's on the bottom.
It's on the bottom. Anyway, there's a picture of an elephant ear bulb that was given to this person, and I'd say it's perfectly viable.
Yeah.
If that lower section that's dark, there's a kind of a bulbous section at the base and a green section at the top. If that lower bulb is nice and firm and doesn't have any soft spots, because it looks kind of dark to me, but I do see some green showing through.
Mm-hmm.
If it's got some soft spots, then I would remove it. I would just take a sharp knife and cut it off from the base of the younger bulb. Let that wound cut dry for 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
Just leaving it sit out on the table.
Yeah. That's
Before
good
you
advice.
plant it. And then when you do plant it in a I'm going to say a 5 or 6 inch pot.
Yeah, I was going to say a number one,
number
1
one,
gallon,
yeah.
which
A
is
1
about
gallon,
6
yeah.
inches, but
In a good quality potting soil with good drainage.
yeah, that's 3 potting soils we would recommend would either be the Fertile Loam Ultimate Potting Soil, the Pro Mix. I about said Pro Rich. Pro Mix potting soil, or Happy Frog.
Happy Frog are all good ones.
Yep.
And if you have a tendency to be an overwaterer, you might want to add a little bit of extra perlite.
Yeah, and a Happy Frog usually tends to hold. I find Happy Frog holds a little bit more moisture than the other two.
The Pro Mix is the best draining one, especially the
absolutely
high porosity, the HP Pro Mix HP.
Yeah.
High porosity. It does do a really good job of draining. Anyway, when you plant that little puppy up, you want to plant it up to the top of the bulb so that green stalk is sticking up above ground. And then I would put it on a propagation mat.
Yeah, you
Someplace
get it warm. Yeah.
It's a tropical plant, so it's going to want temperatures in the 70s at least.
Yeah.
And that will promote the quickest new growth. But it looks like a nice, healthy bulb.
Yeah, it really does. That's a nice friend you have.
They're slow.
Very
slow to start. So give it a number of weeks before you expect to see many leaves on it.
Yeah, or any. Like it takes a while.
It
If you
does.
have it on a grow mat, it'll go faster.
It definitely will. And you want to keep it on the moist side, but not soggy wet.
Yep.
So hopefully that helps. Make sure you choose a pot that has lots of drainage holes.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So hopefully that helps with that particular thing. And let's see, we've got John in Denver on the phone right now. Wants to talk about roses. Sharon, good morning, John.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Excellent.
Great.
What's going on with you?
Well, your last caller kind of answered a question that I have. You know, we got this hard freeze a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
My Rosa Sharons were looking great. They were getting leaves. They were looking healthy. And now they're all black.
Yeah.
They should have known better.
Huh?
Yeah.
They should have known better. Usually they're about the last shrub to leaf out in the spring.
No.
I don't know why. They were looking great.
Yeah.
And I'm heartbroken because they look crummy, and I don't see any new leaves coming out on them at all.
They will.
They will, which is good. You know.
Should I be fertilizing them, though?
No.
About that?
No.
No, not
No,
now.
just make sure they have plenty of moisture.
Yeah.
And that'll help more than anything. I mean, if you put fertilizer down, it's just kind of a waste. They're not going to utilize that fertilizer until they've got some new leaves growing.
And it's okay that it's not throwing new leaves out. You know, we've got some more, colder temperatures still in the forecast.
Yeah.
So you don't want it to get nipped again. So, you know how slow they are in the springtime.
Normally, I don't see them leaf out till late May.
Till late May.
Yeah.
But they're normally slow. So expect the same with them re-leafing out. They're going to be a slower leafer. Re-leafing
outer.
out. I was going to say leafer outer, but then I realized that might be the second time in the show that I said something silly like that.
Well, and another question that I have, the same thing's going on. I've got a couple ash trees.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, it got damaged, but it's already leafing out. It looks like it's on its road to recovery.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, nothing. It's just like it's dead.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, plants are as individual as we are,
Yeah, the exposure makes a difference. But like I said earlier, that they have several sets of dormant buds just waiting in the background in case they're needed, and they're needed this year. But they're buried into the stem a little deeper than the primary buds, so it's going to take them a little longer to activate and get growing.
Okay.
And the temperatures weren't cold enough for ash trees. They, oh boy, how many years ago was that? 8 or so years ago, we had really a really severe cold drop, and it got really cold, and all of our ash trees half died. Their whole half of a tree would die. It wasn't cold enough to do any permanent damage to ash trees.
What's really unusual about it, though, in the area I live, a lot of these trees and bushes as well, it looks like they weren't affected at all by this frost.
Yeah.
I mean, I see my neighbors, I see other trees, and they all look fine.
Yep.
Different trees handle the temperatures different.
Well, different locations. I mean, they're microclimates from one block to the next.
I mean, my neighbor's maple tree, 20 feet away from my green ash tree, didn't suffer any frost damage, but my ash tree sure did get, both of them got nipped.
Yeah. So did my locust.
Yeah, I was surprised with locusts. Locusts are usually they leaf out early and usually can handle some freezes, but they didn't like it.
They didn't like it.
One last question, and I'll let you go. You guys have been helpful. I understand Rose of Sharon, are they considered a hibiscus?
Yes, they are in the hibiscus family.
Yep.
Okay, so when you get a fertilizer, should I get one that would be for hibiscus plants?
No.
Okay, what fertilizer do they like?
Is it in a lawn area?
No, it's in a rocked area.
Okay, just use a general purpose. You could use a lawn food as long as it doesn't have any weed killer in it. You could use a vegetable garden food or a perennial garden food.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to go with a specialized hibiscus food.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, that answered all my questions. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thanks for your call this morning, John.
You guys have a good day.
You too.
Shrubs can't read labels.
That's what I was going to say.
I know.
And if you're worried about it, just put a piece of tape over it.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't care about it as much as we do.
I always fill my fertilizer dispenser in the garage where they can't see anything.
Yeah, that's smart. I always say plants have been living millions of years without us.
Yeah, exactly.
They probably got more ancient wisdom than we do.
You know, the biggest thing that we're missing in our soils here is nitrogen.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of iron and phosphorus and potassium and calcium and magnesium and all those sorts of things, unless you're living, say, in Aurora where it's practically sand.
Yeah.
And then you're missing pretty much everything. But most of the rest of us who have a clay soil or clay-based soil or a silty loam, plenty of nutrients in there except nitrogen. My soils always come back almost totally devoid of nitrogen.
Yeah.
So that's why I fertilize on a pretty regular basis.
So do I. Even like my vegetable gardens, I like pre-fertilize. Like I put fertilizer down and then I mix that into the top inch of soil and then I seed through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Well, again, I want to announce that I'm going to be at the Centennial location of Plum Creek Garden Market today from 10 to noon. It's right off of County Line and I-25 right on the south side of the IKEA store. So I'd love to see you all there. Let's pack the place. Let's show them what kind of listeners we've got here on the Garden Wise Show. That music means that we've got to get out of here for just a minute for some station identification, and we'll be back for the second hour of the Garden Wise Show here in just a minute. So stick tuned here to Legends 810.
You're listening to Legends Radio, KLVZ, 810 AM and HD, Brighton, Denver. KLVZ FM 94.3 and 95.3. Streaming at legends953.com.
Welcome to the Garden Wise Show with Colorado's most knowledgeable and entertaining garden experts with host Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy. Get ready for gardening tips that you can use right now. New plants, hot products, and the latest from horticultural science. The phone lines are open, so call into the Legend Studio now. 303-477-2473. That's 303-477-2473. Or text your questions and photos to 303-477-5600. That's 303-477-5600. On the air since 1994, Keith and his guests have been answering your questions about gardening in the high-altitude desert of the Colorado Front Range. And now, here's your host, Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy.
That's right. Thank you, Sean. I am the Garden Wise Guy, Keith Funk. I'm going to be here till 9 o'clock along with my co-host. To my left, Devon Hukill.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in again. Love having you here.
I love being here.
I'm glad to hear it. Let's see. Where are we going to go next here? We've got open lines. Yeah. So give us a call, 303-477-2473. Love to talk to you. I've got a few of these text messages to get through right now, and a comment on the Facebook Live. Is it possible, this is from Ann O'Brien, is it possible to grow buffalo grass by seeds now by direct seeding into the ground? Now, so to me that's two questions. Yes, it is possible to grow buffalo grass from seed. That's about the best way I can recommend you do it. But it's a warm season grass, and our soils are far too cold yet.
Yeah.
When would you consider putting buffalo grass in the ground?
Well, it's usually the end of May.
End of May?
Yeah.
You want the soil temperatures to be up around 65 degrees or so.
You do.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just going to rot in the ground.
Or be expensive bird seed.
Expensive bird seed.
But bird feed, yeah.
Yeah, so wait until it's much, much warmer. This is the perfect time for cool season grasses like bluegrass, annual and perennial ryegrass,
fescues.
Any of the fescues. Yeah. Those are all. This is ideal weather for them to seed those. They'll come up fairly well. Bluegrass takes typically about 21 days, but the rest of them come up usually within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then the warm season grasses like grama grass and buffalo grass and the dog tuft plugs, I think I'd wait.
End of May, beginning of June.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not getting anything if you put it down too early.
You'll probably lose it.
You will.
You'll lose it they'll just rot in the ground.
Yeah.
for those warm season grasses. And buffalo grass seed is expensive.
Yeah.
So be sure to follow the seeding directions on how many pounds per 100 square feet or per 1,000 square feet. It doesn't seem like much. And you might be tempted to put down more, but then once you look at the price, you'll understand you need to follow the directions.
Well, in so many things, we always think more is better, but it's not.
No.
With almost everything gardening, too much fertilizer is not better. Too much grass seed, put down too thickly is not
That's
better.
too much competition. I mean, think about it in terms of vegetables. You wouldn't plant your tomato plants 3 inches apart.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just too much competition. Nobody's happy.
Nobody.
You just have weak plants. So stick with the directions on, like for overseeding, to thicken up a normal lawn, 1 or 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet is all you need.
And then the regular if you're just new seeding, it's like 5 to 6 pounds
per 1,000.
Per 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
That's not
so
a
my
lot.
whole backyard, it's about 800 square feet. I mean, I might give it a little extra, but it's 5 pounds.
At
That's
the
it.
most, yeah.
Yeah.
And you wanna scratch it in so that the soil is open to the seed coming in contact with the soil.
Yep.
You don't want it sitting on top of a bunch of grass clippings. You want it down at the soil level, and then don't cover it.
Yeah.
You can cover it with maybe a thin layer of straw or some mulch, but don't put a bunch of topsoil or compost or peat moss on top of it.
Yeah, people want to bury seed,
Yeah.
but grass seed germinates on the surface. They need light.
It needs light. So what I usually tell people is once you put your seed down, go back over it with a leaf rake, one of those with the flexible tines, and just kind of barely scratch it in, and then walk on it.
Yeah.
And press it into the ground.
Yep. Just wants good soil contact, but it needs the light.
It does need the light. And then you have to keep it moist. Don't ever let that soil surface dry out, because if that grass starts to germinate and you go one day without watering and it gets bone dry, that grass seed dies.
Yeah. I mean, it could potentially even need it 3 times a day. I mean, but we're not talking water it for 10 minutes at a time.
No.
We're talking like 1 to 3 minutes of just getting it that top soil level, moist, so that it can germinate.
Which is, you can probably do if you have an automatic system. You can preset it for that. But if you're a hose dragger, it does get to be a bit of a pain.
It is. My husband has that duty. I told him that if he wants a lawn, then
between
the lawn
birdhouses.
I told him if he wants a lawn, then the lawn is his.
All right.
And if he can't keep it green, then I'm taking it over for flower beds.
There you go. That sounds like a good idea. Let's see. We also have a question here. Is it too late to divide and transplant mums? And I'd say this is a perfect
time. Yeah.
Perfect time to do it.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
Even if you have to cut it back. Mums are one of those great plants that benefit from once it gets 6 or 8 inches tall to chop it back by 50%, because otherwise they get really tall and leggy
and tend to flop.
So if you give it what the people across the ocean would call a Chelsea chop.
Yeah.
So if it's already grown up quite a bit, you can just chop it in half and divide it and move it.
Exactly. So this would be a very, very good time to do that. Along with a lot of other things like asters.
Yeah.
I just divided a big clump of autumn joy sedum.
Did you?
Yeah. It was just in the wrong place. I'd been looking at it for a couple of years, and it just seemed like in an awkward place. So I finally dug it up this year. I even did a video of it and posted it on YouTube. And I dug this puppy up. I divided it up into quarters, and I planted 1 quarter in its new place. And I took the other 3/4 of the plant and divided it down into 13 1-gallon pots of sedum.
That's great.
That's 13 1-gallon pots of free plants.
Yeah. I mean,
those things sell in 1-gallon pots for $30, $35.
Yeah. I'm out of touch with what retail garden centers sell their stuff for.
It's frightening.
Oh my God.
It's frightening how expensive plants are. So it's a very good idea to know what you're doing before you do it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, what else was, I mentioned earlier that our ET for the last week was 0.85 inches, so that rain did help. And the cooler temperatures helped quite a bit as well.
Yeah, that's great.
So that just means that you need to put down less than an inch of water to replace what was lost. And what else? Let's see here. The cactus and succulent sale, that was done. The orchid sale was a huge success. Thank you all for coming to that. Let's see. The rock garden sale, that's been done. And Easter is long gone. Mother's Day is coming up.
It is. That's
next weekend.
Yeah, that's the big.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got some cold weather in the forecast. So if you, this Tuesday is supposed to be a low of 35 degrees. So if you do take advantage of the nurseries this time of year, they're at their prime at Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, they are stocked fully. And, you can go a little early, too, to take advantage because I know they're going to be screaming busy next weekend.
Yeah.
But if you do pick up those beautiful hanging baskets or annuals to plant in your pots, make sure they're mobile. One, make sure you harden them off to get them used because they've been growing in the greenhouse and underneath protectedness. So, slowly bring them out during the daytime and slowly inch them out into more and more sun. If you buy sun plants, bring them in at night if it gets cold. But any annuals in the ground, unless they're frost tolerant annuals, I would hold off planting annuals in the ground right now.
Yeah, we're going to have, looks like 3 days this next week of mid-30s.
Yeah. So
But
still
nice
cool.
warm days, so it's kind of a...
It's a teaser.
It's a teaser. There you go.
Yeah.
It is a teaser. But the weekend looks like it's going to be gorgeous.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
We're warmer weather is just right around the corner.
Yeah. Well, and this weekend is going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
So I've already started putting a lot of my transplants and things outdoors to harden off.
Yep.
There's a few things that I'll bring in when we get down into the low 30s, just because I don't want to set them back. Some plants, if you expose them to too much cold too soon, they'll lock up.
Yeah.
And it may take them weeks to recover from that, if at all.
Yeah.
Tomatoes and peppers are
Super
and eggplant
sensitive.
are
Yeah.
super sensitive to that, giving them too much
Tomatillos would
cold.
be- Oh, yeah.
So, and a lot of the garden centers anymore they have their cold tolerant plants outdoors for sale. I mean, they're on benches and stuff outside.
Yeah.
So I consider those to be pre-acclimated or pre-hardened.
Yeah, anything that's sitting out, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Perennials, a lot of them will
A lot
have
of them.
perennial benches.
Yeah.
I don't worry as much about hardening perennials off
Right.
this time of year because 35 degrees isn't going to do anything to a perennial, but
Yeah. So there you go. Let's see, what else have we got going on here? Oh, we have a text message here from, who is it? Doesn't tell me who it is. So they've got a 30-year-old ornamental weeping cherry tree, and I saw the picture of it, and it is a big weeping
Yeah,
cherry,
how
which
fun.
is so unusual.
yeah,
You
to see a
don't normally-
30-year-old one.
A big one like that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty valuable tree. For a few years now, it's been sending up suckers 15 to 20 feet away from the tree, and I have been mowing them down. So now they have short woody stems. I want to remove the grass where they grow and plant want to remove the grass where the suckers are growing, I'm assuming, and plant a ground cover. How do I get rid of the suckers? A lawn service recommends Trimec. Would that harm the tree? And then they say, thank you. If those suckers are indeed from that weeping cherry tree, I would not use any kind of systemic. Trimec is systemic.
Yeah.
So it would get into the root system and damage the mother tree.
Yeah.
So I would stick with something like sucker stopper
Yes, 100%.
or a pickaxe. Something sharp, get down, and just dig out the roots.
Yep. Yeah, and sucker stopper, if you choose to use that, it's interesting because most things that control growth like that, you spray in the leaves and it takes it into the leaves and does it that way. Sucker stopper, you make a cut. And you
Not on those suckers. You would spray the suckers directly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, if you're
I was
pruning off-
always told to make the cut and put the sucker stopper on the cut.
Oh, no. When they're coming out of the ground like that, you want to spray the whole sucker. and it'll carry it down to where it originates. But if you're pruning off a branch off of a tree, then you spray the wound to prevent water sprouts.
Yeah, okay.
So that's how that particular product worked. And it's a natural product. It won't harm the tree. It came from the orchard industry.
Yeah.
Where fruit producers use that on their tree prunings to prevent all those suckers and water sprouts from happening. Yeah. So you can use sucker stopper, and that'll kill those suckers, but the root will still be there.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm suggesting like a pickaxe.
Just dig it out. That's not going to hurt your tree.
That's not going to hurt the tree. It's going to loosen up the soil for your new ground covers and get rid of that root.
Yeah.
So that there's not that competition for your new plants that you're putting in, and that root won't be in your way.
Yep.
And that's probably the best way of
That's
getting
probably
rid of
the best way.
So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to use a little elbow grease.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
or hire a little elbow grease.
Yeah, some biofreeze for your back or your shoulders. Some Tylenol.
I know.
But yeah, that I think is how I'd handle that one. But yeah, definitely you don't want to use a systemic weed killer on suckers because it will get into the system and damage the original tree.
Yeah.
And that's far too valuable a tree to risk.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, we are at a break time, and that means that we got to get out of here for just a little bit to let our sponsors who pay for the show do their thing. So I just want to remind you, you're listening to the Garden Wise Show. We're going to be here till 9 o'clock answering your gardening questions. 303-477-2473 is the number to call in, and we'll be right back after this on Legends 810.
We've thawed from the winter chill, and now it's time to read up on the best products to control beetles and grubs in your yards and gardens. There's a couple of products that give a 1-2 punch to those grubs and beetles.
Now that temperatures have risen, the grubs are becoming active again in your lawns and gardens. Make sure you use safe, high-performing products like Grub Gone and Beetle Gone, so you, your kids, and pets can safely enjoy your yard without sharing it with beetles and grubs.
Grub Gone can be applied to turf to control grubs, reduce turf damage, and lessen the impact that beetles will have on your yard in the summer. Plus, it's easy to use. Just apply with any commercial spreader and irrigate into the soil. Grub Gone is a biological product that specifically targets grubs without harming soil beneficials.
And use Beetle Gone in your garden soil to control grubs, or later in summer on your roses and other ornamentals or fruiting plants to control beetle invaders without harming bees, ladybugs, or butterflies. Find out more at BeetleGone.com.
You'll find Grub Gone and Beetle Gone at your local independent garden center. And as always, tell them the Garden Wise guy sent you.
May is here, and at Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center, we're ready for planting season. Hopefully the roller coaster weather is behind us, but it's still wise to be ready to cover your plants in case Mother Nature slaps us, especially for our mountain customers dealing with colder nights. Jared's is fully stocked with beautiful annuals, perennials, herbs, veggies, and hanging baskets. And if you're ready to get planting, you'll be amazed by the color and variety. Most of it's locally grown. Our friendly, experienced staff is here to help you choose the right plants and know which ones may need a little extra care over the next few weeks. Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Jared's has you covered with stunning hanging baskets, patio pots, potted roses, and even gloves, hats, and tools for the gardening mom. Don't miss one of the best gift shops around, full of unique finds at great prices. Whether you're planting a veggie garden, refreshing your landscaping, or adding trees and shrubs, Jared's is your go-to resource. If you've got questions, we've got answers. From gifts and tools to fountains, statuary, and bulk materials like mulch, compost, soil, and rock, you'll find it all at Jared's. Family owned and serving the community for 48 years. Visit Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center at 10500 West Bowles Avenue in Littleton. Open 9 to 6 weekdays and 9 to 5 weekends. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Soil moist granules are a non-toxic water-storing polymer product that keeps your plants hydrated twice as long. Every morning you water your hanging baskets, vegetables, and flower beds, and by evening they're dry again. Soil moist polymer crystals mix into your potting soil and encourage absorption, cutting your watering in half. They absorb water like a sponge, then slowly release it as your soil dries out. That means less watering for you and more consistent moisture at the root level, right where plants need it. Ideal for hanging baskets, planters, flower beds, and even vegetables, Soil Moist reduces transplant shock, improves soil texture, and lasts for seasons. It's non-toxic, degradable, and environmentally friendly. Just hydrate the granules before mixing them into your soil and let Soil Moist do the hard part for you. Find Soil Moist at your favorite independent garden center or learn more at soilmoist.com.
If you love flowers, get over to one of Plum Creek Garden Market's 5 locations along the Front Range, including their new location in Centennial just south of the IKEA. Their huge selection of flowers are grown by the best local greenhouses, meaning every flower is healthy and ready to plant. In addition to all your garden favorites, you'll also discover many native perennials and other low-water varieties to help you plant a water-wise garden, ensuring water restrictions don't prevent you from growing a colorful garden. And don't forget to check out their selection of hanging baskets and patio pots, which are the same brilliant blooms without the water restrictions. These beautiful and easy-to-care-for pots and baskets make a great Mother's Day gift. And all season long, they're offering a deal on hanging baskets. Buy 2 and get a third half off. Their markets are open daily in Centennial, Erie, Littleton, Greenwood Village, and Castle Rock. Visit plumcreekgardenmarket.com to learn more.
The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. 3-foot-tall dwarf Alberta spruce trees, now only $99.99. Get 25% off all lilac shrubs with several colors to choose from. 5 to 6 foot tall quaking aspen clumps, now just $119.96. The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. Come see.
I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show, and boy, do we have text messages, but no phone calls. I like phone calls too.
Yeah.
303-477-2473 is the number to call. And you probably heard that Plum Creek Garden Market ad just a minute ago. I'm going to be out there at that Centennial IKEA location today from 10 to noon. I would love to see everybody, thousands of people show up. I would like to see us pack that place to show them how good our listeners are at listening to the show and supporting the show. And I'd love to see you and meet you. I've got lots of great prizes to hand out. They're going to be handing out some free plants. So join me today from 10 to noon out at the Plum Creek Garden Market off of County Line and I-25, just south of the IKEA store. Everybody knows where the IKEA store is.
Yeah, that whole area really has grown. And
it has.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
become a kind of a fun area.
Lots of parking. The whole place is paved, so it's easy to walk around, push a cart, whatever you want to do. Yeah, please come on out and bring your gardening questions or weed samples or plant samples, bug samples, whatever.
Come
if you have
say
bugs,
hi.
put them in a bag or something,
Yeah.
a plastic bag, Ziploc. But yeah, it's just going to be like the Garden Wise show on the radio, but in person instead. All right. So let's see, what do we got going on here? Good morning and happy Saturday. Can you recommend a good Mother's Day gift for a novice gardener? Is there a unique flowering plant, hard to kill, helpful tool or product you'd suggest? And both Devon and I agree that if I had my druthers rather than a plant, I'd want a tool.
I'd want a tool.
A good quality tool.
Mhm.
Or a good quality watering can.
Yeah, we've got a thing with watering cans.
We got a watering can thing. Yeah.
I think I probably need some psychiatric help with that. Oh my God!
But not one of those $1.98 trowels, or a $9.95 shovel. The shovels I have are English.
Yeah.
The brand is Spear and Jackson, but there's other varieties out there. They're stainless steel.
Mhm.
They never rust, which is a really nice thing.
Yeah.
Easy maintenance.
DeWitt is another, brand that is maybe a step down quality, although they have some higher end tools as well.
OXO has
OXO.
You're used to those for kitchen utensils
Sure.
and things, but they have their own line of
Gardening tools,
things.
and they try to
Really
make them
nice.
really ergonomical.
Yes.
But they're good quality tools, a good quality pair of gloves. Oh.
Yeah.
a good quality pair of pruners.
Pruners.
Oh, that might just have instantly soared to the top of my list.
Felco.
Felco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felco. Felco pruners. They're usually behind glass in a locked case because they're not inexpensive, but they'll last a lifetime.
And the nice thing is you can replace the spring, you can replace the blade, you can clean, they're durable. That's probably my number one thing, because if I'm out in the yard, whether it be my own yard or somebody else's yard, they are the thing I'm not without. They are my number one. Besides, I wear gloves because I'm in soil all the time.
Yeah.
And otherwise, my hands are already trashed, even with wearing gloves. Good pair of gloves. I like.
How about a soil knife?
Soil knife. So those are my three things. I have a glove, I have a soil knife, and a hori is another name for it. And then I have my pruners. Those are my three top. And if they're a novice person, those are a great starting point. So otherwise,
depending on how much you want to spend.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But with it's a Mother's Day gift, so of course you want to spend a reasonable amount.
Yeah, and Felcos are $65 to $85. I'm gonna think that's the kind of the priciest range.
And the cool thing about Felco is that they have a left-handed version.
Yeah.
So if your mom is left-handed, you can get a left-handed pruner.
Yep. They have a small-handed version.
Yeah.
The classic is the Felco number 2. Even though I do have fairly small hands, I still like to be able to get through bigger branches. So I use the classic Felco number 2s, but they have a lovely smaller size. That's great. Or
tree saw, like a Felco.
Yeah, a little folding tree saw.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice too. But if you want to go plant, if you want to go pretty wise, peonies are really a durable plant and long lasting. Shrub roses, that can fit the bill sometimes too.
Yeah.
I'd go on the smaller size because the big ones get big.
The shrub roses.
Shrub roses. Yeah.
Asters, those are always a very durable plant. What else could we recommend? One of my favorite things is crocosmia.
Yeah.
The variety called Lucifer. Yeah. Butterfly bush.
Echinaceas. Purple cone flower is a great one. Yeah. That's a long, lived.
Oh, black-eyed Susans.
Oh, that's probably one of the more durable, long-lasting ones.
Long blooming time.
Yeah.
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 So any of those things would be great.
Yeah. And just go to a garden center, and they're going to have lots of beautiful things blooming right now. Lots of choices, but
yeah.
But
I don't know how old this mom is.
Yeah, but a pair of pruners.
Yeah.
That'll last a lifetime.
It will.
Like and I'm not joking. A lifetime. A lifetime.
Yeah. If you don't lose them.
Yeah. I have a couple pair.
Me too.
But on all honesty, I probably my entire career, I probably only had maybe 6 pair of pruners, and I still have 2 pair.
Yeah.
So I've maybe lost 4 pair in my whole 30 years.
And with your job.
Yeah. It's so easy.
It's easy to lose tools.
Yeah. With my pruners, I tend to wear pants that have the side hip pocket that you can stick your little, kind of cargo-y type pants where you can stick your weeding knife and your pruners in them.
Or a holster.
Yeah, or a holster. Yeah, they sell holsters with them too, which are great. Yeah. I don't like anything on my belt. Anyways, I'm a side pocket girl, but anyways.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Can I grow a peony at 6,224 feet? If it was 6,223 feet, I'd say you're okay. But
yeah, 24.
24
that's pushing it.
No, actually, they're very hardy.
We're joking.
I think we're a zone 2, something like that. I've seen them growing up in Vail and Aspen.
Yeah, and that would be your classic standard peony.
Yeah.
Your tree peonies start to get a little bit more persnickety.
Or the Etos.
Etos.
Yeah.
So if you're going with a good old classic peony, Sarah Bernhardt.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Festa Maxima.
Oh, now you're asking me to come
Sarah
up with
Bernard. What's there? There's a red one. I'm sorry, guys.
Max Klein?
Yeah.
That one?
So there's a lot of just good old classic ones, which are great.
Kansas? That's a nice red one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Some are more fragrant than others, so fragrance is important. You might want to do a little research online first.
Felix Krauss.
Felix Krauss, yeah.
Yeah, those are some good standard ones. Did I ever tell you my peony story?
I don't know.
So in Montana, I worked at a nursery in Montana where I have a degree in horticulture and landscape design, but I've learned most of my knowledge from working at this garden center for 6 years. And there was a gentleman, his name was Clifford Shipp. He had over 150 different varieties of peonies.
Oh my.
Yeah, and he had over 4,000 plants. And every year he'd bring us in buckets of peonies, 5-gallon buckets of cut peony flowers.
Yeah.
Just, his name was Clifford Shipp. I remember that like it was yesterday. And then different peonies, and and Montana's a zone 3, and the elevation's high too. So
they like a cold climate.
They do. Yeah. So they're.
Well, that reminds me of a story for peonies. When I grew up in Kansas, peonies were the traditional Memorial Day. You take it to the graveyard and put peonies in vases at the stone.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the older generation, and this is back when I was in high school, so the older generation would be my age now, they had a whole section in their backyards of maybe 3 or 4 dozen peony plants planted in a grid that they would harvest and sell to the local florists.
Oh my God. How cool is that?
Yeah.
They take about 3 years to get good and established.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't want to move them. So when you put them somewhere, put them where you want them for at least 5 years. You shouldn't move them really much more than every 5 years.
They can be a little fussy about being moved. They'll sulk for a couple of years before they start blooming again. Little prima donnas.
No, but they don't last long enough.
Yeah, they don't.
I have three in my yard right now.
Yeah.
Not many. I don't have a lot of sun. That's where I struggle.
Yeah, that's the problem. They do need a lot of sun.
Yeah.
But speaking of prima donnas, we've got Luann out at Tagawa Gardens on the phone right now. Good morning, Luann.
Did you guys set that up before the show?
I was like, that was a perfect lead-in.
Really?
Oh my good, Luann.
Look out your penthouse windows there and tell me what you see.
What do we see?
I don't know.
How about a gorgeous Colorado Saturday morning?
Oh, it's gorgeous out.
Beautiful.
Blue skies.
Blue skies, not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, and the bonus is it's the weekend.
Yes. we got through the wet weather during the week, and we have a nice, clear weekend.
Yeah, April showers, May flowers, don't you know?
There you go. I love it.
Yeah. So I was at Tagawa Gardens, my employer, yesterday, taking care of a little business, and then I went into customer mode.
Oh.
Guess what I did? Guess what I brought home?
What did you bring home?
For a family of 2, 19 tomato plants.
Well, you've got all those big old raised beds to fill now.
We do. And I checked the soil temperature. I actually got a soil thermometer, but initially I was using my meat thermometer. And the soil in the top 6 inches was like 70 degrees.
Perfect.
And the raised beds, that's a nice thing about raised beds is they can.
It is.
The soil can warm up faster.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely out there just, waiting to be planted with something. So I'm not going to plant them out. I bought them in small pots because I know I have to hold on to them for a little bit.
Yeah.
But, and I realized I was just looking at the Tagawa tomato list, and I counted up about 130 varieties.
That's
oh my
so
goodness.
Cool. That's amazing.
You say something for everybody. The picture of a Tagawa tomato should be right next to that.
It's almost too many choices. It'd be hard to decide. I struggle with the 30 varieties I grow.
Yeah. See, and you grow 30?
Yeah.
Is that for yourself?
No. I get close to 15 to 18,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's, it's just hard to walk through there and not put something on your cart. first of all, you have to go get a cart, which I did, which I didn't mean to, and then I did.
Yeah.
Are you doing
Tagawa Gardens?
Are you doing any new varieties this year, Luann?
I am. Just some things. I had Dark Star, which I have not heard plant tried before. I hadn't had good luck with heirlooms in my in-ground beds.
Yeah.
So I'm experimenting, and that's what I was just counting up, but I think probably half of them are heirlooms, so we will see.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Gardening is an adventure, don't you know?
You've always got to try new things every year.
You do.
Yeah, absolutely. So aside from all the tomatoes, we have herbs, we have perennials are loaded up. We have beautiful things in our gift shop for are totally appropriate for Mother's Day. Annuals abounding, and I will be there next weekend for Mother's Day, so both Saturday and Sunday, Mother's Day weekend. And it's fun. I love seeing the generations come in, and that's what we routinely get for that Mother's Day weekend.
And there's just something new about the energy too of a spring garden center, especially around Mother's Day weekend. The energy is just it's so wonderful. I miss it.
Yeah. And I appreciated you guys talking about the whole point of hardening off, because people get so excited on weather days like this. You come, you buy it, you put it out, and it's just. And Keith called it. What did you call it? Stuck. You get
locked up.
Plants. Locked up. I call them pouting.
Yeah.
They just. It makes no sense unless the ground is warm, unless the soil is warm, especially for those warm, heat-loving veggies and such. Tagawa Gardens, all the independent garden centers really want people to succeed, and at Tagawa's, that's pretty much our number one. Aside from being a good neighbor, succeeding with what you get at Tagawa's is so
100%.
critical.
Yeah.
So, we love to sell plants, but we don't like the bad weather, because we know that some people are going to lose plants if they're not, taking care. But one other thing I wanted to point out is that with the watering restrictions that I think most of the districts are now fully enforced as of May 1 yesterday, you can still water with a handheld with hose as long as you have a shutoff valve there. Right, and so you can water these things when your watering is very specific. You cannot do that for lawns, but you can do it for trees and shrubs and perennials.
Any day of the week.
Containers. Yeah. And veggies especially. This is the time where prices are up and people want to save a little money. So grow some pots or beds full of veggies. You can water those, ideally not between 10 and 6, which is the standard window for the heat of the day that you want to avoid. But it's not a summer to quit planting. You can do it responsibly. We can manage the drought, and Tagawa Gardens is there to help point you in whatever direction you want to go with whatever project you have. There's lots of good stuff going on. We do have a rare plant pop-up shop today with Overgrown Home, and the first Saturday each month is what we're now calling, cleverly, First Saturdays. And so there's a little festive air going on with some of the things at Tagawa's every first Saturday of every month. So we would love to see people out and come and soak in the weather, soak in the aroma of a fully stocked greenhouse, which is color from wall to wall. And it's just a great day to get out and about.
It sounds great. Well, tell everybody where you are.
7711 South Parker Road. That's 1 mile south of Arapahoe Road. Our website is fully up and activated for the spring, and that's at TagawaGardens.com.
Thank you so much, Luann.
Beautiful planting and schmoozing day out at your live event there, Keith.
Yeah.
And I will see you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Take care, my friends.
Have a great weekend, Luann.
You too now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we are a bit late for a break, so let's get out of here right now on the Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
Rabbits can destroy your garden year-round, and the telltale signs of rabbit activity in your garden are distinctive tracks, pea-sized brown droppings, gnaw marks 1 to 2 feet above the ground on trees and shrubs, and plant stems that look like they were sheared with a blade. Rabbit Scram by Epic Repellents trains rabbits to stay away from your garden. It quickly establishes a band of protection around your plants and gardens that won't wash off in the rain. Rabbit Scram stimulates a strong fear-based response, which works by emitting an odor that rabbits associate with dead kin, and it repels them before they nibble on plants and begin browsing through your garden. Rabbit Scram is also environmentally safe. It won't harm animals, plants, or people and is ideal for all organic gardens. Remember, rabbits are active all season long, so stop or prevent rabbit damage in your landscape with Rabbit Scram Rabbit Repellent, America's finest granular rabbit repellent. It works so well that Epic Repellents offers a full 100% money-back guarantee. So tell those rabbits to scram with Rabbit Scram by Epic Repellents.
Spring planting time is here, and Nick's Garden Center is ready with an unbelievable selection of top quality plant material and garden accessories. Whether it's a new landscape project you're starting or just sprucing up the yard, Nick's Garden Center is a must-see. Our 10-acre garden center and landscape center is filled with trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals, herbs, roses, hanging baskets, soils, mulches, stationery, fountains, pottery, garden decor, pavers, sod, and water garden supplies. Don't forget, Nick's Garden Center is your Xeriscape headquarters. We have an unbelievable selection of plants that are drought tolerant. We at Nick's Garden Center will help you create that beautiful outdoor living environment you've dreamed of. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to assist you. For all your landscaping and garden needs, visit Nick's Garden Center, celebrating 39 years. Located 2 blocks north of Iliff on Chambers Road in Aurora. Also visit us at nicksgardencenter.com.
Looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift? Head to Wilmore Nursery, voted Littleton's best garden center for 2025 and proudly celebrating 140 years of locally family-owned tradition. Wilmore is bursting with color and savings. Take home a stunning 10-inch hanging basket, full, blooming, and gorgeous for just $29.88. Regularly $49.99. Thousands to choose from. And even more beauty with 4-inch pink pot annuals, only $5.88. With fresh weekly deliveries keeping everything vibrant and full. Looking for something unique? Check out their citrus plants or explore tons of drought-tolerant annuals, perennials, trees, and shrubs. Perfect for Colorado living. Wilmore also makes it easy with planting and delivery services for trees and shrubs. Plus, you'll find tomato plants, herb plants, hummingbird feeders, and nectar to bring your garden to life. Celebrate mom with something that grows and blooms from the heart at Wilmore Nursery. Visit them at 711 East County Line Road in Littleton. Open Monday through Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 5. Wilmore Nursery, 140 years of growing with you.
The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. 7 to 8 foot tall spring snow fruitless crabapple trees, now $189.99. 3-year-old 2 to 3 foot tall Cheyenne privet hedge, now get 6 for $306. Old fashioned peony bushes, now $59.99 with 10 colors to choose from. Now through Mother's Day.
You
Come
take
see.
I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
And welcome back to the Garden Wise Show. We have a text message here that says, since you're talking about peonies, Mike's are growing great, but they don't bloom, and he'd like recommendations. And the first thing that comes to mind is light. They need a good 6 to 8 hours of full direct sunlight a day to bloom well.
Yep. And then my second thought is it's maybe planted too deep.
That's another big one.
Yeah, that's another big one.
It could be both.
Sure, I'm sure. So peonies, where they grow from the root stock, that new growth comes from what's called an eye. And that eye, when originally planted, should be no more than like an inch below the soil surface.
Right. Not above the soil surface.
Not above.
And not 3 inches below, but about an inch below.
Yeah, an inch below. And then when I do plant them, I amend the soil really well.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to disturb a peony that often, every 5 years. So.
Or ever.
Yeah, or ever. They don't need to ever be touched. But so amend the soil well the first time while you have the opportunity.
Now, the other thing that could be happening, and I see this happen all the time, is when the peony was planted 10, 15, 20 years ago in a new landscape, trees were small.
Yeah.
Trees have grown, producing a lot of shade, and the peony just gradually stops blooming over time because it's getting into be too much shade from the trees growing around it.
Absolutely.
So that's another issue.
And in that situation, if you can give it a little bit more sun by pinching a plant back, great. But most likely, probably what needs to happen is you probably need to move it
Yep.
to more sun.
Mm-hmm. And traditionally, the time of year to move a peony is in the fall.
Yep.
So when the frost knocks the foliage down, so this is going to be probably sometime in late October, you would dig up the whole peony, and if at that time you can divide it. When you divide it, you want to have, I like to go with 5 to 7 eyes per division, just to get nice and strong.
Yep.
And then set them in their new location where they're going to get preferably all day sun.
Yeah. Yep.
And then wait another 2 or 3 years for them to start blooming.
You might get the second year, you might get a sad little, couple blossoms out of it. But don't expect, it to be fully established for 3 years.
But if you have to move a peony, it can be done any time of year. It can be done in the spring.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just takes more care.
Yeah.
Especially with the watering.
And it's a little less of a worry of a potted one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if it's potted and rooted into a container, planting them in the springtime is just fine.
Yes. Now, what you want to do with a potted peony is you follow that stem down to where it connects to the root system. Mm-hmm. And that is the juncture that should be an inch below ground. And many times in those pots, it's above ground.
Yeah, it's above ground. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think what happens is they plant, and then the soil settles
in the pot,
and then exposes that junction.
Yeah. So that junction where the stem joins the root system should be an inch below ground.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're planting that potted peony, make sure that that's where it ends up.
Yeah.
For future flowers.
Yeah. It makes me want to go plant peonies.
I wish they bloomed all summer.
I know. I have 2 yellow Ithone peonies in pots that I should get in the ground. Ithone peonies are a cross between your standard general herbaceous peonies and your tree peonies.
And you get some really cool colors.
Yeah, he was a Japanese.
I call them Itos. What do you call them?
I don't know. I think I said. I don't pronounce them Itos.
It's Itoh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. But it was developed by a Japanese peony breeder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you get some really cool, like, copper and yellow
the
and
cool
purple colors.
Thing is it makes tree peonies, which are really marginal in our climate, it makes them hardier. And there are some killer varieties, And so...
They're pricey.
They are semi-woody. So... They don't necessarily die back to the ground every year, but if we have a cold or harsh winter and they do die back from that year, they can come up from the rootstock true
and bloom.
Yeah, and they're not a grafted or anything like that.
No.
But they will leaf out usually from last year's woody stems.
And the stems are very stiff.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had to cage an Itoh peony.
Not at all.
Never once.
And they can get big. They can get a good 4 feet by 4 feet. They can get big.
And the foliage looks really nice all summer long.
It does. It does.
So I like those. They're a little pricey, but then anymore, so are the regular peonies. So.
Well, and treat it more. I mean, it's no more expensive than like a Daphne shrub. They treat it more like a shrub in your mind mentally than they run about $100 or more.
And that's
89.
That's about the same price as a 1 gallon fern leaf peony. So,
but they're usually in 2 or 5 gallon pots.
Right.
So you're getting a decently established plant.
Yeah. They're budded and blooming at that size.
Yeah.
So, we got to get out to the phones here. We've got Bernie on the line. Who wants to talk about peach trees? Good morning, Bernie.
I've been listening to your program, and I enjoy the talk and the information.
Well, thank you.
Been listening to the radio station since it came on the air. So,
wonderful, Bernie.
Matter of fact, it's the only station I listen to all day long, all night long, in the car, at home. I enjoy everything about this station.
Well, that's fantastic.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
What's the best peach tree that produces good fruit and will do well here on the Front Range.
Sure.
And then touch on the subject of grafting, if you would, please. I'll hang up and listen to your comments, okay?
Oh, all right.
Great, Bernie.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
now.
you for calling. Okay, well, I have 3 in mind. What do you have?
I'm having a brain blank.
Then I'll start.
Okay, you start.
The first one I always will start with is one called Reliance.
Yeah.
And it's a little later bloomer.
Yep.
Hence the name Reliance.
Mm-hmm.
2 others are Red Haven and Hail Haven.
Oh, I don't know Hail Haven.
Those are 2 also that bloom later. They produce the nice big fruit, nice and sweet, have the nice colored, reddish fruit when they're ripe.
Mm-hmm.
And those I consider to be probably the 3 most reliable peaches for this area. But even saying that, if you get a crop on those once every 2 or 3 years, that's pretty good.
Sure. And it's pretty rare that any fruit tree produces every year. So
Right.
even like apples, which they are extremely temperature reliable and hardy here, you only get a heavy crop every other year with most varieties of
Yeah.
apples.
Yeah.
So they need rest and recovery kind of in between. That doesn't mean you won't get any fruit, but you just get usually bigger crops every other year
Yeah.
on a lot of fruits. But
Well, the frost comes in at the wrong time.
sure.
The peaches, the trees are all perfectly hardy here. They grow great. It's just the bloom time
Yeah.
can be a little problematic sometimes.
Sure. But they tend to be, I find they tend to be a little bit more reliable than apricots.
Oh, yes, yes,
apricots, you're lucky if you get a crop every 5 years.
Or sweet cherries.
Yeah, or sweet cherries, yeah.
So
But yeah, they make beautiful trees, the peach trees do. The thing I like about them is they just naturally have a really beautiful flower.
they do.
Yeah.
And they don't stink.
Yeah, but one problem is with peaches here on the Front Range is the Japanese beetles love to eat the fruit.
Really?
Yeah, they do, and it's really kind of gross.
Oh.
Like, so in
I don't
August
like
when
that.
you're getting, end of July and August when you're getting all that fruit and you're getting ready, the Japanese beetles are like right there munching away. So you want to
there
make
is
sure.
netting.
Yeah.
There is Japanese beetle netting now available for things like that. So that's one thing you can look at doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he said mention grafting. So we'll talk about grafting. We got to go to a break right now. But when we come back, I'm not sure what we'll talk about, but
I was like, that's a subject.
grafting is a big subject.
It is.
You could take entire classes in grafting. But until then, you're listening to The Garden Wise Show on Legends 810.
It's like the difference between soft, gentle rain and a monsoon. That's how I compare the effect of a dram rain wand on plants to the hard blast of a typical spray nozzle attachment to your garden hose. Water flows through 400 tiny holes in the dram rain wand's soft shower nozzle to bathe and refresh your plants, not damage them or wash away soil. Its handy-reach handle has a 60-degree bend and conveniently extends to more distant garden rows and hanging baskets. And there's a fingertip shutoff valve. No wonder professional growers in the greenhouses and nurseries use dram watering tools. Today, there are imitators, but nothing matches the superior quality of the original, invented over 50 years ago. They're simply the best. Dram watering tools are available at Tagawa Gardens in Centennial, Nick's Garden Center in Aurora, and Jared's Garden Center in Littleton.
You know what they say about April showers and May flowers, right? Well, brace for flowers galore at Tagawa Gardens now. This is Luann Aiken, Tagawa's Garden Ambassador. If you're in the mood for some instant gratification, and who isn't, Tagawa's Annuals Department is the place for you. You'll find thousands upon thousands of blooming annuals ready to fill your beds and containers with an eye-catching splash of spring. Of course, we have all of the workhorses like geraniums and petunias in more colors than you can count. But maybe you want to try something different, like Cosmos with its lacy flowers and foliage that dance with the slightest breeze. Or create a big pot devoted to different types of coleus. Or how about the beautiful and velvety spilling foliage of Dichondra Silver Falls? It's one of my personal favorites. If you want to pay it forward in your landscape, go with perennials that will reward you with color and character season after season. As always, trees and shrubs help create the bones of any good landscape. Degawa's nursery will not disappoint. While most Front Range water districts are on restrictions, the majority of them will allow off-schedule hand watering of veggies, flowers, trees and shrubs, containers and perennials. Check with your water district for details. Let the show begin at Degawa's, your garden store, and so much more. All right, yeah, piece it together. Thank you.
May is here, and there's no better time to get growing at the Gardens at Highlands Ranch. Family owned and operated, the Gardens at Highlands Ranch is your neighborhood garden center and nursery, where something new is always blooming. Fresh products are arriving daily. Bright, colorful annuals, hardy perennials, fresh veggies and herbs ready for your garden, plus stunning flowering trees, shrubs, evergreens, and roses to bring your yard to life this season. Whether you're planting a few pots or transforming your entire landscape, their friendly, knowledgeable team is ready to help every step of the way. And with convenient planting services available, creating your dream yard has never been easier. Be sure to stop in and check out their in-store sale items while supplies last. The Gardens at Highlands Ranch, your one-stop shop for all your gardening needs. Visit them at 9542 South University Boulevard in Highlands Ranch. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 5.
The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. Get 3-year-old trees, easy to haul, carry out sizes, including 7 to 8 foot tall autumn blaze maple, now only $139.99. 8 to 10 foot tall sunburst honey locust trees are now only $139.99. And 6 to 8 foot honeycrisp apple trees, now only $139.99.
You
Come
take
see.
I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show, and we're going to jump right out to John in the Springs. Good morning, John.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Hey, we had a March and most of April at 70, 80 degrees, and the ash tree out front budded out, and then we had a snowstorm that week and a half ago, and it got down to 21 degrees.
Yep.
And it froze off all the buds. And so now it just looks brown, and driving around town, I see these ash trees all over town that are in the same shape. They're just brown, looks like they're gone forever.
Yep.
You got to believe there's a way to bring them back. So that's what I was going to ask. Is there, like, deep watering? Will something help revive them?
There is a magic solution.
Time?
It's called patience.
Patience. Yeah. They are such a tough tree for our climate. They are probably one of the most well-suited trees. They leaf out late, normally, so they aren't usually subject to these early spring frosts.
Right,
but this
right.
year was a little unique. But mine's already started pushing new growth out.
Yeah, they've got backup buds, John.
Yeah.
So
they do.
Yeah, they've got at least 2 sets, if not more, of backup buds that they're buried a little deeper, so it's going to take them a little more time to activate and start growing. But it's just going to take some time. You can't force them to grow with throwing fertilizer at them or extra water or anything like that. It's just takes time for those things to happen.
Yeah, but make sure that they are, adequately watered. But that doesn't really have to do with the frost damage. That has to do a lot more with the drought conditions we're under right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the biggest fan of deep root waterers, but if you, get a small little sprinkler and move it, within kind of the drip zone, but let it run for longer periods of time so that water soaks in. That's not to do with the frost, like I said. That's just more to do with the overall dry conditions that we're having right now and the long-term health of the tree.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But
well, perfect.
But with that being said, ash trees are a very drought-tolerant tree to begin with.
Yeah.
So
they'll be back.
Yeah, they will be.
Okay. Yeah. It's been a strange year down here. I don't know about up in Denver, but I'm sure you guys are.
I guess the silver lining
silver
lining with ash trees is if you've got a female ash tree, it's not going to produce any seeds this year.
Oh, I know. Thank God.
All right. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Thank you.
Bye now.
Thanks for calling. And let's go right back out to Joe. He wants to talk about potted plants. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning. Real quick, I know you're running out of time. I got all my cannas and dahlias in pots without the benefit of grow lights basement full of grow lights.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm moving them in and out at night to keep them from freezing. How low a temperature can I leave them out at night without having them pout or lock up or whatever?
I'd say 45
Yeah,
would
that's
be
what I was
about the
thinking.
lowest I would tolerate.
Yeah. They're a
45.
tropical plant.
I know.
Yeah.
They hate this.
You know what I've seen someone do that was really clever if you have the garage space? I saw somebody put wheels, like caster wheels, on a pallet.
Yeah.
And then they put their plants on the pallet. And then in the daytime, they pull the pallet out. And at nighttime, pull the pallet in. And so I'm like, oh, that's really clever if you have the space, which I do not. But
Yeah, I don't have that space, and they're all sitting in the front, right by my front door. Move them out to the back patio. Would throwing a sheet over the top of them help at all, or is that just for frost?
If you want to throw a sheet over them or something, you might want to put some, like a 25-watt light bulb underneath there, just to give them some extra heat.
Okay. Good idea.
Okay.
Awesome. I'll bring them over and put them in your basement.
And then they'll be mine.
He charges.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. Got to get out of here. I hope everybody comes out to see me at the Plum Creek Garden Market over there by IKEA, on the south side of IKEA. I'll be there from 10 to noon today, giving away prizes and, of course, answering all of your gardening questions and helping you identify things that are coming up in your yard that you have no clue what it is or where it came from. So come out and see me today at the IKEA, or at the Plum Creek Garden Market, south side IKEA. Until next Saturday, keep your shovel sharp. Be careful where you dibble, and get out there and have some fun in the garden. Bye-bye now.